Hello, 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 hello. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Life on a Budget with D. This is the channel where I share with you, well, my life on a budget. It's starting to feel like fall. Got my sweater on. Oh my gosh. This year has been going extremely fast, especially the month of October. I have not been able to keep up with my budgeting schedule. So for today, you guys, it's going to be a budget with me. But for those of you who watch my previous videos, I have created a calendar for my budgeting schedule. Unfortunately, it ain't going the way I need it to go. And the reason why that is so is because I didn't account for the fact that on Mondays and Tuesday I am taking online classes, and that can cause a discrepancy. And then another thing, I believe that my eating habits are causing me to become tired to the point that I cannot fulfill my obligations or my goals for the day. So now I'm really starting to really think about how I'm eating, because now I'm starting to see I need energy. I need energy. So I got to come up with a plan on foods and stuff that will provide me with energy. So if you have any idea of what direction I could go for that kind of information, please comment below. It would be very, very helpful for me. Yeah, so today is the 20th of October, and I noticed a pattern because the last time I did my budget was around payday of last year. I mean, last year. Wow, whoa. Last week. And I did it on the same day of payday, but I see myself doing it again on a Thursday, which is not Friday, but it seemed like it's closer to the end of the week. That's a problem for me. I don't want that. I like to be ahead of the game. I don't want to wait the last minute or the last day to get my budget done. But here we are. Maybe I need to come to grips of the habits I'm creating for the week, and really I'm starting to pay attention to what's happening. Maybe I gotta change it back to change it to Thursday that I do my budget with me's. I don't know. I'm still, you know, trying to understand what's going on in my life. But it's always a good idea to be patient with yourself, especially when it comes to budgeting and creating a budgeting lifestyle. It is a lifestyle because you're going to have to budget for the rest of your life. It's not going away, you know. And a lot of people just think you can budget temporarily, and then that's that. But this is a lifestyle skill. This is a part of life. Budgeting your money, seeing where your finances go. This is one of the steps you need to build wealth. So create a schedule that is doable for yourself, and being patient with yourself to see the rhythm of your days is it's just research. Just look at everything as research, because this is definitely what this is right now, because I thought I had it down pat. This is the idea of how I wanted it, but I'm starting to realize the actual patterns of what's actually happening. So I'm gonna keep on track on that until I decide what I'm gonna do. But it seems like the best day for me to do budget with me is on Thursday. To actually do my budget actuals is on Fridays. I gotta think about what's going on Saturdays. Wednesdays, it seemed like towards Monday. Okay, I'm rambling. Okay. It seemed like Mondays and Tuesdays don't work for me. That's what it seems like. But the thing is, on Wednesday, I do have Bible studies on Wednesdays. I gotta figure this out, you know, because I do pick up my daughter from band. You know what? You know what the problem is? It's not the fact that I need to consider what's going on in my day to day. So this is the best part about budgeting, is that you have to figure out your day to day. It starts to affect other areas of your life, and now I gotta time manage. And that's always a good thing. Who don't want to be a good time manager? So sorry for the ramble, but I just want to let you know what my thought process is when I am budgeting, and this is important to me. So all right, right, you guys. So right now we are entering week 3, or we are in week 3. Today is Thursday, October 20th, and I am preparing for payday that is tomorrow, the 21st. And I wanted to discuss what I've done this week so far when it comes to spending. So this week, I normally start here. This is my monthly asset review sheet. This is where I document all my inflows, and inflows are a combination of funds that work together for me to take care of my expenses. So if you have a gift card, if you have child support, if you have alimony, if you have money that a friend gave you, I don't know, wherever the money comes from, you have savings in your bank account. I'm just trying to come up with stuff. I put it all here. Any resource, any financial resources that you're going to use to fund your month should go here, okay? So I put that, I break it down. Let me take it back. I break it down per week. My brain operates like a spreadsheet, so it needs to, perpendicular type of thing. Like, I'm not trying to confuse anybody. Okay, so I like to do week by week so I can see what's going on. And then when it comes to my savings, I break down the savings right here. So when you see savings, I identify which savings or sinking funds the fund has come from or came from. And then I document it down. And then at the end of the month, I'll write down the actual amount that I use from that envelope. And then I deduct it at the end of the month so that so I can take it out. I got to update my stuff, which I am behind in September just a little bit. I got to catch up with September. Let me write that down. See? Writing things down. Okay. That has to go on the calendar. See? Okay. Okay. Right here for this week, this is week 3. I guess I should change this to weeks instead of P, because I like paycheck 3. But week 3, what had happened is that I had took my kids shopping, and I don't know what's going on with this new generation of kids. They call it thrifting, and my kids didn't ask me to go to the mall. They didn't ask me to go to no fancy boutique. They asked me to go thrifting. I find that to be odd. Times has changed. Time has sincerely changed from when I grew up. Thrifting, at least here in Florida, but I don't know if it's anywhere else, is a thing. My daughter was telling me about how she would see somebody who has some cool pants or shirt or whatever, and she's like, cool, where you get that from? And they were like, oh, I went thrifting. It's a thing. You comment below if thrifting is a thing for you, because when I tell you, in today's time and generation, everything that's up is down, anything that's left is right, anything that's it's an interesting time. That's all I can say. But they was excited. They enjoyed what they got from thrifting. I didn't know that buying used clothes was I knew it was a thing, but not a popular thing, Normally people go thrifting for affordability and stuff. My kids and the kids today do it because it is sincerely a thing. And that goes back to my mom. She would say that Converse back in her days were poor people's shoes. So my mother grew up in the islands, and she would say that they was considered poor people's shoes. But she laughs every time when she see people with Converse or certain things that are considered name brand today. She said, man, this is crazy. I digress once again, talking through, oh my goodness, I hope y'all bear with me going in my thinking process. And then my personal care. So let me tell you something. So my kids thought it was funny. Don't laugh at me. I have not been taking care of myself to the fullest. Okay. So my daughter, we went out and I had some slippers on, and my daughter looked down at my feet and said, Ma. She thought it was a good idea to take a picture and put it in a family group chat. You know, I appreciate she took a picture of my toes and put it in the family group chat. Let me tell you something. My family had a field day with my feet. You hear me? So I say, you ain't gonna do me like that. You are not gonna do me like that, okay? So what I had to do, I had to go get my toes done. You know, I already said in previous videos, I got to start considering myself. Wait, hold up. Did I already post that video? Let me see. I probably did already. Let me see. Yeah, okay, yeah. In my previous video, I talked about I got to start taking care of myself, but ain't nothing like you got two teenage girls making fun of your toes. And listen, my toes is on point now, okay? It's fixable. It wasn't permanent damage. It was just temporary damage that needed to be maintained. So your girl is gonna make sure she keep her toes together because the girls did me dirty. You know, I feed them, I clothe them, and they did me like that. They did your girl like that. I said that ain't right. That ain't right. Look, one of them peeking in, guilty. Hold on 1 second, you guys. So we cracking up about how, you know, they're making fun of my toes. But sometimes you just need a push. You know, as women, you take care of everybody, and sometimes it's just, you feel so guilty for taking care of yourself sometimes. And in this season, I am learning that, and wealthy people always put themselves first. So if you're not putting yourself first, it is a sign that you're in a parvish mindset. Unfortunately, it is. It's hard, you know, especially if you're behind in bills. And then I'm not negating the fact that, you know, inflation is happening and stuff. Anything, if it's just eating healthy, you know, do something to put yourself first. It is a muscle. And the more you value yourself, the more the marketplace will value you as well. So that's a little side note, you know. So I'm doing a lot of growth in this season of my life, you know. Rebuilding who I am after divorce has been a journey, so do it all the way. And now, when the week comes up, this is a budget with me. And then when it's time for me to do my budget actual factual, I already have the information written down here. You know, it's little things that I do. I don't know if it'll be beneficial for everybody else to do it, but this is beneficial for me because how my brain think. You know, always find a system that correlates with how your brain operates, you know. So what I do is that right here, I put my kids' clothing and my personal care down here, and I put down what actually happened for the week right here. So when it's time for me to do my actuals, I make sure that I account for that. I also make sure the time frame and when I made the purchase so I can know what week is correlated with as well. All right, so let's get into it. For this week, I only expect to get my main income source, and that is $510. I normally plan for my tithe and taxes, which is normally $131.25. And like, I don't know if I said this already, but what I normally do, I tally up all the boxes before I subtract the inflow from everything. Okay, so I don't have any money towards savings this week, anything going towards insurance this week as towards paying a bill. Gas for this week, I put away $40. I am being told or heard from the grapevine that gas prices are about to go up again. I hope not. But if so, I have to rearrange how much I put aside a week for gas. Adobe is $30, and I use this Adobe because I do create my own planner sheets and stuff like that. Yeah, I had to create my own planner sheet because a lot of other people don't have my brain. I needed something that correlates to how I think. Okay, so so that's current bills. Living expenses, you know, that's like your cash envelopes, the stuffing. You may be thinking why gas is over here by the four walls and not here by my living expenses. And the reasons why I do that is because I have been through a lot of storms, life after divorce, and I am a firm believer of always accounting for the foundation of your finances so that if anything goes wrong and then money is limited, I know I have a way to decisively decide what the money will go to first. Right here is like my monthly budget right here. So if any emergencies or anything happens to me, I have it broken down into categories. The ones in the gray is based on how much I take that back, how much income I bring in. And based on the income, that's where the percentage is. And I want to say my earned income for now until I get more passive. And it's in gray. So that represents income-based expenses. Now, anything in the blue, that's more so cost-based expenses, meaning that a creditor or myself create a fixed dollar amount for the expense. And I have it in blue. And I base it on importance. So how I operate in my mind is that I cannot pay tithe, taxes, and investment if I don't have any money coming in, and I cannot fund my savings if there's no money coming in. But if there's no money coming in, I will use my savings to take care of the following. Insurance, that's important to me because I got into a car accident this year, and if I didn't have insurance, in also an auto savings account, I would have been screwed. So these two are important to me. Okay, and then my four walls. My kids and I have to, these are the things that I have to pay for. Four walls come from Dave Ramsey. I might call it something else to my liking, but the four walls are utilities, shelter, transportation, and groceries. So I put down my four walls here so that in case of a financial chaos or financial uncertainty, I don't have to think or panic. I can just look right here and focus on what's the main bills and expenses I need to take care of. Then after that, that's my current bills. These are non-essential bills, but they need to be paid based on the obligations you have. And luckily for me, I don't have any major bills. Gym bills, my Adobe and Apple, I use this for my planner stuff and for me to do my videos. So maybe it is essential because, you know, hopefully one day I will be making money off of YouTube. I don't know. So I use these things as an investment towards my hopes and dreams. So, but if dire times happen, these will have to get cut or put back temporarily. But these come first. Now, when it comes to my living expenses and stuff like that, like my fund money, home toiletries, home supply, miscellaneous, right here, I do it in a form of order. When it comes to fund money, I don't know if that's in order, but that's just for me. But I will definitely go towards my home supplies, my toiletries, and any miscellaneous expenses. Eating out, family entertainment, and kids spending. I don't know. I would not have anything for there. The next thing I have right here is for my future bills. These are bills that I know that are coming up. Like they have due dates and they need to be accounted for. This would be a part of my four walls as well. Well, more so my current bills because they're not four walls. They'll be a part of my current bill category type of thing, but more in the future tense. Future expenses is more so I will wait later on or find a way to get back on track for future expenses. But these are things, oopsie, that I'm definitely going to need in the future in regards to kids' clothing, kids' school supplies. My pencil had fell on the floor. Let me just use this one. And yeah, things I'm going to need in the future. So it gives me a order of operations on how I will handle my finance in case of uncertainty. And this has worked for me very, very well. So let's get back here. So currently my My living expenses, which is my cash envelope, I have my fund money. I give myself $51. Family entertainment, that's 20. My daughter's spending, my two daughters spending, that's $40 altogether. So that's $111. I hope I got her 60 plus 51. 60 plus 51 is $111. Okay, so now I have my renter saving. That's for my renter insurance I pay on an annual basis. My Amex annual fee or renew. I don't know what it's called. It's an annual something. My annual Amex charge is $99 from the last time I checked, so I saved $9 a month. Canva, I save for Canva because I also use this for my planner stuff, and I also use it for work. So, but it's more personal. I use it for. So that renewal is $120 a year. So I have my $10 there. I have a renews my business registration, and then my car registration that is due in 2 years. I start planning for it for 2 years out. So it's I believe it's $75 for 2 years here in Florida. It don't cost that much here, thank the Lord. So what I did, I divide that in I think 48 months. 24 months, my bad. 24 months, and it's $4 a month for it. So that's how I do it. I plan ahead. So I even use it for 2 years in advance. So altogether for that, that's 18 plus 9 plus 10 plus 3 plus 4 equals $44. And then when it comes to my daughter's contact, which is up in December, plus her, I need planner supplies because I do use ink all the time. That is another $42. Right here, extra beds. Extra beds stands for extra money that goes towards bills. Like, for example, if you're past due in your phone bill or any utility bills that you have, you can put extra money towards that. So towards bills, expenses. Sometimes kids have random expenses that was not a part of it. I call them pop-up expenses. That you're like, oh yeah, I got to take care of that for this month as a pop-up expense, you know. Then I have debt. So if you have debt, you put extra money towards your debt here. And then any extra saving, any money you have towards savings goes here. So I only planted $40 for my extra beds. And then investment and donate. This is going to change. I think I'm going to change this to support, because this is where a lot of people have trouble when it comes to borrowing money to other people. A lot of people don't know how to put boundaries, you know. So when it comes to lending money, investing money in order, or just giving money to others, I think there should be a section in every you know, budgeting system, so a person can know where their limits are when it comes to giving. So they're like, I wish I had it. You'll know if you do have it. You know, I believe that every penny has a place and every penny has an assignment. And one of my philosophy when it comes to giving, I do not, and I repeat, I do not give away money I'm going to miss. If you know you're going to need it in the near future, you do not. And I repeat, do not give that money away. You know you're going to miss it. If it's for paying your bills or anything like, you do not. And I repeat, do not give money you're going to miss to anyone. Just let them know you, unfortunately, you just do not have it. You know you want to help people, but you cannot put yourself in a financial bind that's not going to benefit you. That's my spiel. Okay, so in total, I am being told by this that I would have $111.75 left over. And how do I know this? For those of you who follow me and pay attention to my videos, you know that at the top of the month, I do my paycheck deposit assignment sheet. And I do one for each of my inflow. And for my inflow, when it comes to my main income for week 3, I have already calculated that it'll be $111.75. You may say, this is so redundant. It could be for some people, but for me, I'm a visual person and I like to see my money in different ways. I am in a process of creating a spreadsheet for this so that it will be easily calculated on my end. You know, because this could be time consuming. sometimes depending on how things are, works for you. So I do budget by inflow first. I break down each inflow. Then I break down each paycheck or deposit for each inflow and determine how each expense or bill will be broken down accordingly. And then I map it out on a calendar, how that's supposed to look for each week. And then I map out each week so I can focus only on that week. And and the setup is always a doozy, but when I tell you the flow of life, when I do this, especially, I already told you from the beginning that I am behind on my schedule when it comes to budgeting for the week. Imagine I had to do all of that and be behind on top of that. I would be overwhelmed. So I try my best to set myself up for the win. Okay, now I am going to tally up all of this up, make this quick, because I've been talking to y'all for a minute, and I hope that you have learned something from me. Normally, I just get subconscious of conversing too long because I don't know if people will be interested in what I say, but I won't know unless I put it out there, right? So I'm going to put $510 on the screen. So 510 subtract 131.25 equals $378.75. Nothing for savings. Insurance for car, that's $40. So I am left with $338.75. Okay, the next thing to subtract is my Adobe, and that's $8.75. Okay, subtract $111. That is $197.75. Subtract 44. That is $153.75. Subtract 42 equals $111.75. And what happened? Oh, I must have asked something. So that must have to go over here. That's what actually happened. Okay. And that's what actually happened. I need to move this over. That was my bad. All right. So I am down to $111.75. So I might need to change this, because if this is a budget actual of 98.09 plus 40 bucks equals $138. $138.09. Because that's what actually happened. I had to use money from my savings that I put aside to pay off for my car loan, and that's actually what happened. So I'm gonna have to go back here, and it takes some time to get used to, but the reason why I do it like this is because of years of experience in my budget. When I said 138.09. I paid it on that week, but it came out this week. 138.09. Oh yeah, that's how it goes. All right, that's my bad. I messed up. So now I'm gonna hurry this up because I gotta get ready for today. Okay, so now that I did my budget, I'm gonna have real cash from my family entertainment. My daughter's too spending. They need spending money. So that means I have to go to the ATM. Oh yeah. So this week, that's what's gonna happen. And I know where the money comes from because of my inflow source here. I gotta change this to my abbreviation guide. I am a person who has to know which inflow source is responsible for a bill or a portion of a bill, so I break it down so I can identify where the money is going to be coming from. So I'm gonna have to get it from my main income source. Okay, which is that duh, because it is the only thing for this month, but okay. And then for here, I'll be stuffing all this here, and as you can see the color, I identify which binder is coming from. And then right here is my fund money. I do break down my fund money differently from my main budget source. I'm starting to get back to this track because currently using my fund money isn't fun anymore because I am spending like crazy and not towards things that I really feel like it would benefit me in the long run. So I created this thing where, hold on, somebody left, hold on. The audacity. My daughter was walking out this house without saying goodbye for school. I was like, girl, you don't know if this is our last time together? We gotta say goodbye. You know, life happens. But you know, every day the Lord will bless us to see each other again. I told her that's a cherry on top, that the Lord allows us to see each other again. You know, so gotta kiss them goodbye and let them know I love them before the day goes. Okay. So like I was saying, I do budget for my fund money. I had stopped a couple of months ago. My last video I said back in March, June is when the last time I consider how I want my money to be funded for myself. And this is like my fund money area. And I created this account spending plan, and I determined how I'm going to spend my fund money. And I had created a sheet because it was a success for me in the past. And I also determined how I want to spend money on myself here. I do have to start thinking about other areas. But right now, I allot myself 10% of my earned income. And I do that because I'm reading books where a lot of wealthy people say they give themselves 10% of their earned income. It's the reason behind them doing that is because the goal is for you to enjoy the life that you want so much to the point that you find out other ways to bring in income so you can maintain it. A lot of people teaches us to keep cutting expenses. And I'm trying to find ways where I can start adding more income so I don't have to cut as much expenses and have reasonable expenses. I'm not saying I don't just have random expenses. I want to have reasonable expenses now, but I don't want to keep cutting back when the goal is to make more. So I hope that makes sense. So I have myself like a little spending plan. And I am learning that planning is the key to success, you know, and the more I plan, the more I feel confident. The more I plan, the more I feel assured. The more I plan, I'm able to develop more of a decision-making ability, because a lot of time when it comes to money management, it is a fatigue. It's decision-making fatigue, and it becomes overwhelming for a lot of people. But through planning and having ways of managing your money, you're able to have more confidence and feel more sure of yourself when you start, you know, budgeting. So what I normally do on camera, I would normally tally this up, but I'm running out of time. I probably do this off camera. But at the bottom here, I do have like a note section where, I hope you can see it. Can you see it? I think you can. I have a note section where I put down how much money I have to transfer, how much I need of stuff that is fake, and how much I have the stuff that is real, and any bills I need to look out for from last week that I need to make sure that needs to be paid. And I did pay my car insurance. Yep, I did pay it. I'm gonna just put a check mark right here. That I paid it. So I'm gonna determine how much money I need to transfer. I'm gonna have to transfer my my TTI. I need to transfer my gas money. I need to transfer my Adobe. I need to transfer my kids' spending. Maybe not. Yes, I'll just do it just to be safe. Uh-oh. Plus 60. I'm going to have to transfer my future bills. I'm gonna just have to transfer my daughter's contacts. So that come up to $323.25. And you may be thinking, like, how do you know which money to transfers and stuff? Is because of how I set up my bank account. I know where these funds are going and where they need to be distributed to. So I transfer it to another bank account so I can start distributing. I have two banking institution, and I do it that way for a reason. I'll tell you later. But that's how I do it, and then I determine how much fake and real cash I need, and then I am done for today. If you have stayed to the end of this video, I appreciate you very much for watching this long. If you have not subscribed yet already, I invite you to do so. And for those of you who's returning back, I really appreciate you. You are such an encouragement. And until next time, you guys, thank you for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.